Hi, welcome to Clutter Bravado.
Yes, and it's the energy. It's not just about the stuff.
So we should probably just get into it, right?
Let's go.
Good morning, Laurent.
Good morning, Elyse.
How are you?
I'm well. I'm not traveling.
You're not traveling.
So
Yeah, well,
I'm good.
honestly, good. Yeah. Gosh, I can't imagine. Oh, lots happening in the world. We don't need to talk about that today. I kind of just want to stay on topic with like how your life is going.
Life is going well.
Yeah. Business is good.
Business is good. Yeah, it's good. But let's face it, it's a little uncertain. There's a little bit of uncertainty.
Yes.
It's, uncertain. But otherwise, I'm doing some fun project with some friends. So that's been great. In LA, I'm working with a lot of cool people. So that's exciting.
Yeah. And we went to the PDC last week, which was really cool.
And we saw a lot of
Yeah.
people, which was fun to see because we've not done that much since the beginning of the year. And it was nice to see a lot of our friends.
Yes, we ran into a bunch of people and it was really lovely to just like catch up and get back into the design scene because I feel like we've been a little bit out of it lately.
A little bit.
A little bit. But what else is happening? What else is going on?
I'm looking forward to hopefully planning a trip to San Francisco as well.
Yeah.
John de la Cruz just finished a new restaurant that I'm excited to go visit.
Ooh, can I go?
Of course.
Okay, great.
So I think that there's some cool stuff. Happening up there and down here. Obviously, the PDC was actually a fun day. I thought that there was a good energy. A couple good talks, so that was exciting. We'll see what happens with the craziness around us, but in terms of design in California, I feel like it's going pretty well.
Yeah. There are things that are good in the world.
There are things that are good in the world, and it's nice that, again, broken record, but we went and saw a bunch of people. We also went to see a play by one of our friends.
Yes.
So being out and experiencing live event was really cool.
Yes. I like going out into the world these days. When you interact with people in person, it's really lovely. And I think a lot of times we can be so wound up on our phones or watching the news or whatever it is, and it can feel a little overwhelming. But there is so much beauty that's still out there, and especially in the LA design scene, there's like a lot of optimism, it felt like. So that really helped to cheer me up a little bit. You know what else has been putting me into a great mood lately?
Tell us.
I started boxing. Oh, wow. Okay. So you're a boxer. So this was partially your responsibility.
It was.
You kind of got me into it, but I started taking boxing classes and I love it. There is nothing so far. I talked about this when it came to weightlifting, how I felt really powerful. I felt like I got some of my power back. Oh boy. Boxing will do that. It's incredible. Like I feel so much like just stronger mentally and emotionally. Like like boxing, crying, gotta get out whatever you gotta get out. But it's been wonderful. So I have a new hobby. I love boxing. It's really, really fun. And I mean, maybe also when it comes to acting, like it's something that I can,
for sure.
On camera, I can feasibly throw a punch now.
You can feasibly, yes, and
Believably,
you look almost scary doing it, so it's kind of fun.
A little scary
Already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like it. I'm only a few weeks in, and it's like, yeah, I'm starting to feel pretty confident. It's pretty neat. It's really neat. I really enjoy it. And it also, like, there have been a couple of times that you've helped me practice too, which is really...
It's been really fun.
Really
I
fun.
love doing that.
Are we going to spar?
No,
Okay.
no, I'm afraid. But I will keep holding pads.
Yeah.
It brings me back to my youth in San Francisco. So.
Oh, yeah. Oh, fun. Okay, we'll keep doing that. And I'll keep you guys updated on it. Well, honestly, I do want to kind of jump into talking about our guest.
I love Christina.
I love Christina. I love her. She's number one, so pretty. Number two, extraordinarily charismatic and so smart. And she's really creative. It was actually kind of fun because when we first had her here, I don't know, I don't think she'd done a podcast, or maybe she had done maybe like one.
Yeah, I think
but
so.
but she was a little bit like nervous, and I love that because there's so much genuine like this. I'm showing up how I show up, and we ended up having an incredible conversation. I loved getting to know her, and she's really creative in a few different areas. Like she's working with paint and with photography, and really inspired by the world around her. And yeah, we actually saw her the other day when we were at the PDC, which was such a joy. And I just, she's the kind of person that when you meet her, you are instantly intrigued and you just like want to know more about her.
She also has an amazing energy about her. That
Incredible
make you
energy.
yeah. So it's I'm glad we found the time to have her on the sofa.
Yeah, and having lunch with her is just, I mean, she's a joy. She's a darling. I really, really loved meeting her. And the interview was really wonderful. And we have to go to her studio.
Yes, we have to go to
As
many
soon as
studios.
possible. Yes,
actually,
yes.
and
There are
do
a lot of
something
places
about
that
it,
we have
'cause,
to go.
that we're a little bit falling behind. But yeah, I want to go. I mean, I've been there once. It's cool.
Well, I haven't been, and I ought to. So let's go soon. Yeah? Can we make that happen?
Yes, boss. Whoa.
Whoa! Put it on the calendar. We gotta
Yes,
make it
okay,
happen.
boss. I will put it on the calendar and make it happen. Wow.
Wow.
That's
Okay.
borderline elder abuse right there. But that's okay.
I was just making a strong suggestion. That's all.
Yeah, it's not because you're boxing that, we're going to just...
Oh,
Okay.
wait. Are you?
No, I'm
You're
not.
intimidated
I'm
by me
nothing.
now?
Well, a little bit. Okay. We should go.
Okay, so our guest this week is Christina Craemer, incredible visual artist and overall artist, incredible creative, beautiful human being. And should we get to it?
Let's go.
Hi, this is Elyse from Clutter Bravado podcast. Clutter Bravado is an independent podcast, and as any independent artist will tell you, getting off the ground is a little challenging. If you like what you're hearing, please like, comment, share, subscribe, support us in any way that you can on the platform where you're listening. And follow us on Instagram at Clutter Bravado for exclusive clips, events, and giveaways. We quite literally could not do this without your continued support. So from the bottom of our hearts, thank you so much for listening. Tell your friends, and please follow and subscribe so that you can be the first to have access to our latest episodes. Now, back to the show. Welcome to Clutter Bravado. We are here with Christina Craemer. Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
Amazing.
I'm so glad to finally have you on. We've had so many of your friends on the show.
I know, that's how I got here.
Yeah.
I kept seeing your podcast and all my friends are on there. I was like, what? I feel left out. I want to get come to the park.
But we've been wanting to
Come
have
to
you
the
on for a
party.
while too. Yeah.
I know it's been the schedule has been a little tricky.
Yeah.
You guys are busy.
Mm-hmm.
And you too.
And you too.
Yeah.
So, you are also someone who wears a lot of hats. We have a handful of guests that have been coming on, especially this season, that wear a lot of hats, do a lot of different things. So you are a fine artist, an architect, an interior designer. What else? There's other stuff in there.
So many, but I don't know. I'm gonna keep it a mystery, I guess.
And mother and painter, photographer. You do a lot.
An artist.
Yes, an
Another
artist.
artist.
An artist all
Yeah.
across the board.
Artist.
So, like, did one of those lead into everything else, or did you kind of like grow all of those things all at once and then decide to blossom in all of those areas at the same time?
That's a great question. So often people ask, how do you make the switch from architecture or interior design to fine art? Mm-hmm. And I don't know if it is really a switch. It's all the things from the beginning, and then they separate. and you make different choices and you spend time doing different things, and then they cross back over. And so it started early in high school with the painting and the photography and drafting, because way back then we were hand drawing stuff. So they started us super young. So I guess even from high school, we were painting, drafting, and doing photography. So you really have the basis of all of those. And then went to college and continued really basically all of those things through college. So the foundation was there for a long time, and many years in college. And then came decision time when you get out of college. Which direction are you going to go? Painting, photography, or get a real job?
So you got a real job.
I guess. I don't know. I'm not sure what real jobs are anymore. That keeps evolving also over time. So the college I went to had a great internship program. So I did intern while I was in college. So that was the beginning of the sort of job situation.
And that was in architecture?
I worked for pharmaceutical firms.
Oh,
actually.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, which was kind of an interesting thing. I worked for Merck. They had a huge facility out in Pennsylvania where I was, and that was basically to get construction and project management.
Okay.
So those were the kinds of interns, because I have 2 engineering degrees. So it started there, and then they evolved into an architectural engineering degree. So then I went more into architecture. I know that it got really exciting. Sorry, was that too much?
No, it's awesome. But, I love it. I've known you as an artist, so I'm discovering a whole new side to you. I'm like, okay. I mean, I knew that you were an architect, but it's like we've known each other as an artist. So it's really interesting. Like to architectural, okay, to engineering degree.
Well, it's so funny because I do say architect because that's kind of the easiest name to give it, but technically it's architectural engineering, and I'm a structural engineer. So, and I'm a registered engineer in training in California.
Wow.
So really my training is as a structural engineer. But then when just in conversation,
Right.
it just translates architectural engineering, and then it gets translated a little bit. But that's kind of another hat, but I just kind of keep that one a little under. But then every now and again it pops up. It's like, oh, you're a structural engineer? That's crazy. And I go, yeah, that is crazy.
That's incredible though, because I mean, we love women in STEM. And so especially in engineering, like that's not something that is very popular. Especially like, maybe was it something that other people like your peers were going out for, or that they were interested in, or were you
This is a big discovery here about my personality. So my dad's an engineer.
Okay.
And then when we go to look for college, they say, well, what do you want to study? You're good at all these things. What do you want to study? My dad's like, well, you can't be an engineer. I was like, wait, what did you say? I was like, say what? Did you say I couldn't do something? That's not cool. So let me just tell you how I feel about that comment.
Okay. Oh my gosh. And then you have to.
So that's a little bit kind of how that started.
Yeah.
A little tiny bit.
Honestly,
little tiny
spite
bit.
is a great motivator.
It's
really
very
is.
Do you think
interesting.
he did reverse psychology? It was
Maybe.
Do you think it was just reverse psychology? He was like,
No. I
okay,
don't
well, I
know.
was trying to do,
I don't know. But, the parents, they definitely give their insight, as I'm doing now with my kids who are going to college. One's in college, one's applying for college. You have to be very careful what you say, because you don't know how that's going to play out.
Yeah.
Right.
And we've learned so much over the years.
Yeah.
But from my background, way back when, my parents were very practical. My dad was an engineer, and so he really did not want me to go into the arts at all.
Wow.
And I think it's interesting that that lack of support, because it is really difficult to be an artist. And I know that it comes from a place of love and a little bit of fear, but it's so hard to be an artist. Don't even go there. Don't even try it.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think that's still out there. Still really, it's still kind of get a real job. You're an artist. That's not a real job. So I think that's interesting. That was the beginning. Yeah. So he was a little like, well, you're a girl, you can't be an engineer. And I was like, well, I could try to be an engineer. And then as I went through the program, same thing. Mostly men, very few women.
Yeah.
And kept on getting that same, you can't be here. You can't do this. And I was like, well, now I'm definitely doing it.
I love that when you're in a male dominated field, and when you can just like, oh, I'll show you. That's such a powerful move, and it's also really, really inspiring for other women. Have you done any sort of like mentoring, or have you worked with women who are getting started in engineering or in architecture?
Throughout the years,
Yeah.
I have a little bit, but now if I was going to mentor anyone, I would mentor them in the arts.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I feel like sometimes I come across an artist that is shy and doesn't want to, is nervous, and to be super encouraging.
Yeah. So I want to
More in
talk
the
more
arts.
about your art too.
Yeah, more in the arts.
So I stalked your Instagram and your website and looked at a lot of your work. As I do with all of our guests, I like to get
Instagram, how we love you. Instagram.
Shout out to your Instagram. You have a beautifully curated Instagram, by the way. It's incredible.
Thank you. I have to give credit where credit is due. That is not me. Beautiful girl called Madeline who
is in this room.
Who is in
who
this room.
manages
Shooting
my
behind the scenes right
delightful
now.
Instagram. She is incredibly talented. So if anyone thinks I'm doing all of that stuff myself, that is not a hat I wear.
Okay. It's really good to have
one
a team.
hat I hand off.
So with your art, I'm so curious about your process, because you are a painter and a photographer. So with especially the collection that you have right now, which is the Art of Abundance, I'm so curious with those pieces how you are coming up with each of the ideas and how you narrow down a collection to what you have and what you offer.
The Art of Abundance is a Wayne Dyer, if I'm saying that right,
Yes.
Wayne Dyer quote
Yes.
that I came across many, many years ago. And it really just talks about the more you give, the more you get. And I think that in the arts especially, there's so many great opportunities for us to donate art, to raise money, to raise awareness. It's really one of the things I love the most about being an artist. And I think that my voice comes through much stronger as an artist. There's an opening for that. And so the Art of Abundance was really just based on that quote and giving the art, sharing ideas, and what that gave back to me and continues to give back as I share. And, even if you look at these curated spaces that you guys have and all the artists that come together, so as we share our work, we meet new people. It brings this great community together. And that's where the richness of my work really comes from.
Yeah. So with your actual pieces in the collection, some of them, it's kind of hard to tell if this is photography, if this is paint. Like, are you blending the two, or is it a little bit of each?
Yes, thank you for pointing that out. I actually just want it to seem magical.
Yeah.
So you can't see what it is.
Oh.
You can't tell what it is.
Yeah.
It's a whole element of magic.
Ooh, I love an element of magic. I love that.
Especially in that scale.
Yeah.
Gotta have some magic.
Yes.
They come to the studio, that's where the magic magic
We have to
happens.
go.
We need to come. I saw.
We'll go
yes,
next week. Christina has a great studio.
Yeah, I really.
That's okay.
wanna
We had
see
600 people at this event,
Oh my
so
God.
next time
Yeah.
we'll
You
make
did?
a VIP for you.
it. Yeah.
I would not be surprised. You're like
Very
you're
likely.
a cornerstone of our.
I did not think that was an exaggeration for a second.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I mean you're such a big part of the artist community in LA that I would not be surprised. So yeah, I hope you have 600
Well,
people.
Thank
Anyway,
you. Okay,
next
we had
time
530, but
Right.
we'll do a VIP tour just for you.
with a red
Perfect.
carpet,
Perfect.
Yes,
I love it.
whatever you want.
and so we can take good photos for my Instagram.
Yes, you'll have to bring all this gear with you.
So I'm curious about, because a lot of your pieces are very reminiscent of waterfalls and clouds, but also like the ocean and these beautiful scapes. And so I'm curious, does that sort of tie in with that feeling of abundance that you're connecting with, or is that is there a specific inspiration that led you there?
God, you have such great questions. You got to send me these before we meet next time. I'm sure there's going to be a next time, and I want them written out so I can prepare.
But that's
part
part
of
of coming up with them on the spot. It's all improv.
It's all improv.
Yeah, it's all
It's
improv.
the acting.
It's just what I'm curious about. Yeah.
Okay, so let's see. I'll channel my inner politician to answer that question. The process started by taking trips.
Okay.
And spending time in nature. So every time I would take a small trip or a road trip, usually involved hiking or some kind of experience in nature. And then I would start, that's how the photography started. Mm-hmm. They were really on these little retreats or getaways and that connection to the natural world. Mm-hmm. So, discovering a beautiful waterfall always made me feel incredible. Mm-hmm. So then when I was taking the photographs, I was able to translate in the photography that feeling that I had, or at least wanted to translate that, so that I could gift that to someone else, that experience.
Yeah.
So, and the very, very early series, which almost no one knows about, was a water lily series.
Oh, okay.
Now, water lilies, obviously, with Monet and they're huge in the art world, and I was on a lake in a summer travel situation. I was on a kayak, and I laid back on the kayak, and I looked over, and I saw the water lilies just ever so slowly cruising by in this beautiful nature setting, and I was super inspired by that. Like, how do I get these incredible water lilies to just float in my dining room? And so I think that's a little bit of what your question was, is how did it start? And it's translating these moments that we're all incorporating in our daily lives. We go to the beach, we take trips to Hawaii, we go on hikes and experience the forest, and occasionally we get a beautiful waterfall when there's enough water. So it's all these moments, even for the forest, those walks through the forest when you get that beautiful filtered light.
Yeah.
So it's, again, that magic, that distilled light that comes through in nature is the thing that I'm most excited about capturing. One of the trickiest parts is the best light is super early in the morning. That first light.
And we've established that you're a morning person.
So painful to get up early.
Oh my gosh.
So painful.
Yeah.
And sometimes now people call me at 7 a.m. and they're like, how can you be sleeping? And I'm like, why are you not asleep? It's 7 o'clock in the morning.
7 a.m. Okay. We recently had a designer on, Summer Jensen from Hawk & Co. She's incredible. If you haven't met her, you should definitely meet her. We'll set up an opportunity for you to do so. But she mentioned that she wakes up at 3 in the morning. She wakes up at 3 in the morning to start her day. And I'm like, for much of my life, I was going to sleep at 3 a.m., Like, that's wild. But I also, like, I'm right there with you. I'm like, I loved an 8:30 wake up. I woke up very early this morning, very early, which was like before 7. It was very early for me. This guy wakes up. Don't you wake up super early?
Yeah, typically.
Typically, like 6:30.
It's sometimes painful. Especially now, it's like it's like you wake up early and it's still dark, and then I'm like, whoa.
In the winter. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there is this really interesting sort of magical thing that happens, and often it is during the sleeping hours. So often I'll wake up in the middle of the night, I'll have visions, I'll kind of work in the middle of the night.
Right.
I'm not awake, like I'm not up with a pencil and paper at the computer, but I'm often working out things from my paintings. And so it can be disturbing, and it can be right at that beautiful twilight hour, 3, 4 in the morning. And then I'll meditate on it or think through it, or it doesn't happen every night, thank God. But when it happens, then I will sleep in.
Yeah.
And so, but it is part of that process. A lot of the paintings or the the problem solving of the pieces that I'm working on can happen during the night or early in the morning. You know, when I wake up, I'll just lay there and think about it and process it. And so that is a big part of it. And then there's lots of jokes about that. Like, oh, you were working while you were sleeping? Okay. We got that.
That is a part of
sure.
It's a part of the creative process. My most creative time is often in the shower, stuck in traffic on the 101. Best ideas come through when you have to be like present in doing something, but then your mind is somewhere else and creating something.
Yeah.
And we mentioned on like the last couple episodes that I have a one-woman show that I am putting up and that I'm in the process of rehearsing for right now. By the time this comes out, it'll already have happened.
Yay.
But
congrats.
Thank you.
Yeah.
But
Can't wait.
in the rehearsal process, like there are things that I'm sort of like working out all the time and that are going in here all the time.
Yeah.
And so if it's before I go to bed, if it's like I wake up in the middle of the night and I figure out what lyric I'm going to change, or if I'm like in traffic or in the shower and I'm like, wait, I think I could add this one line in. Like I have this, and you know, I can be on the treadmill, come up with like, oh yeah, that's how it how-happens. And I feel like that is an artist's work. Like that is it.
Yeah.
And a lot of people only credit the artist with like how much time you're actually sitting and drawing or painting or you're holding a camera in your hand. And no, it's going all the time. Like that's just when it's executed.
Exactly.
But the artist process is very, it varies with everybody. It's different with every person, and it's always going. It's always going.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. It's not 9 to 5.
Yeah. No.
I really envy people that have a 9 to 5 job and then they just shut the computer and it's done.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow. That's amazing. You just leave at 5 o'clock and then you don't think about it the whole day until you're back in the morning. And they're like, no, I don't think about it. I'm like, wow.
You know, it's really funny.
Such a luxury. Like, you get your whole night off.
But then what do you do? I mean, I can't, I guess, I mean, maybe you feel the same way, but like when I'm not doing something, I'm creating something, you know? And so if I don't have, like, what would I do with downtime if I'm not also working on something creative?
I got a whole list for you.
Yeah, exactly.
I got a whole list of you that you could do in your downtime. Yeah, Call me later.
I mean, even like, you know, as an actor, like if I'm watching a movie, I'm studying it. You know what I mean? Like it's very hard for me to just like turn off my brain and do nothing, except when I'm staring at my phone, which I'm trying to do a lot less of. Anyway, we're off on a tangent now, but I something that I noticed about your pieces in particular, they're huge. So they're very big. A lot of them, you do have a petite collection as well. But a lot of these are taking up a lot of space in the room. And something that I noticed about it is that when I was looking at them, I feel like I have a multi-sensory experience. So yes, it's obviously a visual medium, but I feel like it's especially like the waterfall elements of it, you can hear it. You can sort of feel it in the air. Like it's something that's really tangible about that. Is that something that you create consciously, or is that just something that that I was just picking up on?
I love that. It's a really great compliment. Thank you. I think that ties into what I was saying earlier, is bringing the essence of that natural world into someone's home. So the fact that you feel that, or you experience that when you see my art, that's my best compliment. Makes me really, really happy.
Oh, great.
And that's the intention, so that you have that connection with the natural world in your setting, in your sanctuary that you've created in your home, whether it's in your office or your bedroom, wherever you've chosen to put that piece that you've connected with. And then you're always connected to the natural world via this, some kind of portal maybe, but really you're the one who's activating it.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's just helping you to be reactivated, and as you connect to my art and to the natural world, we are then all further connected.
Yeah.
And that is really the essence of what I'm aspiring to create, and they get bigger and bigger, more powerful, and it's getting really fun now.
Yeah.
So I know that a few of your commissions have required you to use your structural engineering talent. to be able to install.
They have.
Yeah.
They have.
Is that something that you like the challenge?
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. I think it definitely adds to the layers of possibility. As an engineer, they teach you how to build a city. You could build a building, you could build a city. So when someone comes to you with a proposal and they say, I want to build a 3-story waterfall, you're like, it's not a problem. I can build a bridge, so it's not a problem. I can build a city. It's not a problem. In fact, I had a friend who's working on some concrete pieces, Bernardo, and he said he couldn't put a hanger on them. And I called him and I said, you can figure this out. If we can build buildings, you can put a hook on a piece of concrete. So it's awesome because then you just don't have that feeling like something you can't do.
Yeah.
And that was kind of back to your question earlier from my schooling and my training. I'm so grateful that when someone said you can't do this, I said my response was, oh, I can. And now that really helps me in the art world with any kind of commission or just to be super creative. It's not no, it's yes. And how do we do it?
Yeah.
And I can't wait. And so that I do definitely have those moments.
Yeah. And I love that you get excited about a challenge like that. You know, like so that. Is there something okay, let me rephrase. In your work, you have clearly a lot of passion and you have a lot of knowledge. And when a challenge presents itself to you, it seems like you have a little bit of excitement and that's something that you love meeting it with. Is there something that stresses you out?
No. But again, my inner politician, let me answer that question.
Great.
One of the things I really absolutely love about our community, our design community, is that we are able to create things that are one of one, super unique. And this is one of the things that I love about our community and the projects that we get to work on. So instead of just doing the same thing over and over, the excitement really comes when somebody says, we don't know what we want to do, but we want to bring you in early and we want to see what your ideas are and what you could create. So that's the really exciting answer. Maybe not exactly your question.
Kind of, yeah, we'll get there.
But it doesn't stress me out. It really does turn me on because then we can wrap an entire room. We can put things on the ceiling. We can make things levitate. We can hang from wires. You know, really, it's so exciting. And so I'm really excited to see where these projects go now.
And I love that you also you're like
bigger.
leaning into the magic of it. That, like,
bigger and bigger.
I mean, because you've done the architect, you've done, you work with the interior designer on a lot on commissions. Does that when you do your art, is that something that you have in the back of your mind, or do you just do your art and then figure out, then work with the designer, or do you wear both hats?
Good, excellent question. Which designer?
Right.
Got it.
Every designer's got their own. I try to, really ask the designer if they want my input but obviously, as we all know, the design community is very specific about what they want or what they, are looking for, or the opposite. They say, I have no idea. So they're really good at giving me parameters. And occasionally I step on their toes and they're like, that's my job. And I go, I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
Go for it, whatever you want. And on the same time, the designers are really great about it. They'll give me a paint chip to match to. They'll be very specific about what they want in the painting. And that's also super exciting too. So I'll get very specific details from them about a mood that they're trying to create or something they had seen of mine before. And because it's been around for a while, there's all these different options. And then now they'll go, oh, I want this waterfall and this waterfall combined with this color and that color in this size for that. I'm like, well, look at you. Okay, you just specified my painting.
Yeah.
So, it really is kind of a mix of everything. And again, everything's really fun and exciting. Like, let's see what we can build. Let's see what we can create.
Yeah.
That co-creation.
And that kind of collaboration too, it's got to be, I mean, with some designers, it has to be so refreshing because you you know what it is that they are looking for. They know what it is that they're looking for, and you can speak the same language because because you do it as well, you know. And so I guess I also wonder too, when it comes to the architecture of things, do you sometimes, I mean, I'm sure you do, but do you create a space specifically to highlight a piece of art? Like, have you done that, like quite a bit of that, where you are like, when you walk into the space, you're like, I wanted to really direct the eye to this piece, and like knowing what piece you want to put there. Yeah.
I mean, I think that's a little bit how the artwork came into fruition.
Yeah.
When I was doing the architecture, well, and also a lot of in California, with the outside in,
Right.
inside out, we're bringing the nature in
Yeah.
always,
Yeah.
right? So we're looking for the views and the windows. And then when you don't have a view or you don't have a view of nature, how are we then adding nature into the environment? So that's a little bit how it started. And I've done really fun things where you just had a view of buildings downtown or whatever it is, and I've done a whole forest on curtains.
Oh, wow.
I know. So it can get
Yeah.
really creative from that standpoint when you're really trying to create this indoor outdoor feeling and there's no nature in a certain space. But I guess the other part of that answer is really just encouraging people to have that connection to nature in all the spaces, and the benefit that we all get from that.
Yeah.
I mean, you've also worked with a designer who I love, and I know that his philosophy is very much to design a house with art spaces, like, you know, I mean, and so
What designer is it? You can't just talk around it. Drop a name.
We all know.
Jim Magny.
It's the
Oh, yeah.
the man
And-
who needs no
He
introduction.
needs
So,
no introduction. He's spectacular.
You've worked with them for quite some time, and I know that, you know, a big part of his design is to have spaces for the art. So I assume that has also probably influenced a little bit your vision of where your art goes.
Yes. Oh my God. Jim has been a great mentor, and we've been working together for a very long time. I started out as an assistant
Oh, wow.
in his design office.
Okay. Okay.
So it's been going on for quite some time, and then eventually they started. Eventually became a senior designer, and then they started placing my art in their projects. So that was super fun. And then, but yeah, Jim's design is amazing,
Right.
so bespoke, and he's always curated the rooms to highlight different artworks
right.
Yeah.
and the importance of art in interior design, and really does spend a lot of time educating the clients, and for sure that's influenced my career and the development of my pieces. And the impact of the certain art that gets chosen and the effect that it has on the room and the mood.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Whether it's something really dramatic or something high contrast or something that's very zen. And I think that they're all really important to have in the collection and the placement of them.
Yeah.
So if you have an entry with a really dramatic piece of art, or you have your study with your zen pieces, and it's all about the way we choose to curate those spaces for the way we live.
Yeah.
So it is very exciting.
Yeah. Yeah. Having really beautiful fine art as a part of your everyday space, like when you wake up in the morning you can see a piece of art, it really does have the same value as a really great view. You know, it really does. And I think also, you know, when you're placing a really great piece, you can work with the light that's in that piece, or that's in that room too, so that it feels different at different times of day. I mean, there are so many beautiful ways to incorporate fine art into the architecture of a space. That's spectacular.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, you're so interesting.
Thank you.
I love it.
So are you.
So for your art is very, how do you say, you know, there's a ethereal and kind of a Zen manifestation, you know, to it. Do you find it that it's very West Coast, or do you have other? Do you work internationally? You do, right?
I do.
You went, yeah,
And
because
travel.
you placed, yeah.
Yeah.
Is that something that when people respond to it, they see like a California vibe because that's kind of what I see, or do you think that it's just
I think it's more of a universal thing, right? Nature is a little more
Right.
universal. But some of the fall, I mean, one of the iconic falls is from Iceland. And I think that people do kind of tap into that. But another one of the iconic images is from Africa, which was a little journey that we took. And I was like, I thought there was no water in Africa
and
when I
there's
got
like
there.
Oh my
huge
gosh.
And they're like, "Are you kidding me? There's
Oh my
so
gosh.
much water and so many huge, Victoria Falls and so
Victoria
many
Falls,
different falls."
exactly, yeah.
So, the water is everywhere in the natural world, and the inspiration is everywhere. But it's nature in general, and it's also the energy from nature.
Right.
And now I'm starting to get more interested in the colors that we're getting from the natural world. So if you stare at a beautiful green field, for example, or you're walking in the forest and all that green, there's an effect that green has on us. Or the blues of the sky, for another example. Or one of my other favorites is that beautiful pink that we're getting in the sunset.
Yeah.
And they all have these different effects on us. And then I took this metaphysics class, another long story, and then talked about the effects of the natural world on our aura and how these different colors are affecting our physicality
Yeah,
and our
yeah.
emotional state, and they're healing for us. So that's also, and we'll have to do another podcast just on that. But that's also
Yeah.
another layering. And so I find that super fascinating because people are drawn to different colors for different reasons, I think. And I sometimes ask them, like, why is it this color or that color? Or absolutely never, I never want that color in my environment.
yeah.
So they have resistance to other colors too, which is really fascinating.
Yeah.
And then I get really curious really
Yeah.
fast. Like, why don't you like the greens? Or, what is it about the pure white that you're so drawn to? And that, again, we'll do that in another podcast, but that's all about the healing quality of nature.
Wow, yeah.
And also the healing effects of water.
And it's also fascinating. I mean, the sky when it's that light blue and that pink. Don't laugh. I had an outfit in the '80s where it's you had.
I'm not laughing.
You're laughing again. It's annoying. I know
just
you were
imagining
not
you
born.
with like a pink tracksuit right now.
A pink tracksuit. You're so mean. I'm sorry. It was actually super elegant.
I'm sure it was very elegant. Yeah.
on the podcast? We need a little
Do you have photographing
It's
evidence?
unfortunately before the cell phone, so I don't have any pictures
Okay,
anyway.
please continue. I'm
Well,
sorry
then
for
it didn't
interrupting.
But that when I look at it, brings me back to that moment, that youth moment, and so it's interesting because the colors bring you back to different times of your life or different, and but so you mentioned the pink, and I'm like, yep. Every time I see that sky, I'm like, God, I had an outfit, and I see myself in the south of France, and it's really interesting.
And that's how our brains work, right? Because those memories, and especially with waterfalls, there is that negative ion thing. I always say, why isn't a positive ion that makes you positive? But the negative ions put you in a good mood. And everybody really has that memory. Almost everybody's been to a waterfall. If they haven't, we'll take them there. But
They
then,
should go,
and they
yeah.
already have that experience. So when they see the painting, it's triggering that connection.
Yeah.
So I find that fascinating, the effect that art, any kind of art, not just mine, has on our mind.
Yeah, yeah.
And our
And also with
consciousness.
waterfalls too, they're so powerful. There's so much power in it. And yet it can, like, the further away you get, the more slowly it looks like it moves, and the way that light hits it, like they are really, really magical, like a very special part of
Ever
nature.
changing.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's the thing, you can always go back to is the same one, and it will never be
It
the
will
same.
never be the same, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And what I
Fascinating,
love
ever changing.
with your art, and it's the meditative quality that you bring to a room, which I respond to very strongly, and I love that because there's really it's very strong,
Thank you.
Yeah.
and I think that everybody needs a little bit of meditative art in their house, especially
Especially these days.
especially these days.
You can use a quiet moment.
We encourage quiet.
Yeah.
I mean,
Quiet
I do
moments.
think that's where the West Coast connection comes
Right.
in.
Yeah.
Because there are, that foundation was definitely here more than in the East, but that's also an international thing.
Yeah, yeah.
And I think that people really are focusing on it more and spending more time with it. It's a little bit of why the petites, I think, are so interesting, because even with a small piece, You could put it in your desk. You could put it in your notebook. And then you can instantly have that connect.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just to kind of take you back just for a few minutes, whether it's my art or just something that you connect to that helps bring you back to that Zen spot.
Right.
However you decide to do it and in whatever way or how often.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, because it's even in the large format that you've installed there, you know, it's very, you feel that quality of Mother Nature, of you know, meditation, of calm. So it's neat that, you know, people are responding to it.
Thank you.
More so than, I mean, art comes in, you know, all shape, but I love what you bring there.
Thank you.
Because I think it's really important.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you.
So, we are currently about to have lunch.
Okay. What's for lunch? You're such a good chef. Oh my Lord. I hope you made something.
It's very French.
It's very French. It's
Very
a French.
French.
It's a
Omelets?
French. No, next time.
Oh, those are for dinner. Omelets for dinner.
Omelette is usually for breakfast with a little goat cheese and chives. But
Yum. You're an excellent chef.
I love cooking. It's my Zen time. You know, it's like we talk about it a lot because, especially lately. I mean, lately in the last 3 years, I've taken time for lunch. Like it's one of my time of sitting down, breaking the day, and it was very surprising at first for
Yes.
Elyse. She was like,
oh, you do
don't
this
eat
every
lunch.
day? Like, I'm used to eating lunch in my car. Like,
but now you miss
Maybe
it
grab
when you're like
something.
driving.
Such a
You know,
luxury.
when
I know,
you're like
yeah.
you call me, you're like, there's something wrong. I'm like, you didn't stop for lunch.
exactly.
Yeah, that bag of
That's
whatever
true.
you
I know.
had from
I know.
Sprouts. It's
Oh.
like it just doesn't do it.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But speaking of, so since we are going to have lunch,
Yes.
we're going to wrap up. But there are 3 questions that I ask all of our guests. Are you familiar with them?
No.
Okay.
I didn't do my
amazing.
homework.
No, it's totally fine. It's so fine.
It's totally fine. They're really complicated. They
They're-
require math.
She would nail that.
I know.
Very intense arithmetic. Okay. First question for you. What is the messiest place in your home?
My art studio.
Okay. Yeah.
It's a disaster. Someone recently said they wanted to come to my studio. I said, I need like 3 weeks to clean my studio. It's messy.
A little
So
bit,
messy.
but that's the artist's way. That's how we do things. If we're gonna be creative, like everything's everywhere, we know where it is, we can grab it. But like if we put it into a little box, it's gonna end up out of the box anyway. So
That's for sure.
yeah.
The studio. Disaster.
Okay, amazing. My second question for you is, what is your? I'm gonna open this up to either a piece or a space. But what is your favorite piece or space that you have created? That this is the first one that pops into your head.
Probably my piece from Africa.
Okay.
And talk about the art of abundance.
Yeah.
So I was invited to go on this safari, and this incredibly generous, gracious host paid for all of us to go on this trip.
Oh wow.
So we all went on this trip to celebrate someone's birthday. It was a spectacular, life-changing trip. And it was there that I captured one of my favorite photographs, and then I gifted it to everybody on the trip.
Wow.
So that's my favorite
Wow.
piece.
Wow.
Wow.
Is that something that is available?
It is.
Okay. What is it called?
It's called Black Lines.
Black Lines. Okay.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Well, it's called Black Lines now, but the one from that trip was Into the Fall.
okay.
And it had to do with these 2 people falling in love.
Uh,
And so it was Into the Fall of them falling in love. And then
Oh,
because the trip was gifted, I gifted everybody a piece of the art and an incredible painting, by the way, to the woman who took me on the
Yeah.
trip. So it's super fun. That's
Oh,
my favorite.
That's really
I
cool.
love that.
Super
yeah.
fun, yeah.
Oh wow.
Super fun.
And
That's my
giving it
favorite.
back. Yeah. Yeah.
Into the fall, falling in love. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
which is
I'm a little lover. What could I say?
it's good to be romantic.
I'm
Listen,
a sucker. I'm a sucker for a love story, man.
I'm a Libra. I love love. It's so
Yeah,
important.
it's
Yes.
so good.
Okay. My last question for you
Okay.
is, when you walk into a space that you haven't been into before, what's the first thing that you notice? Any answer. Any answer
Whatever
counts.
pops in. Any space. Probably the light. I would say the
Okay.
light in the room.
Okay.
So whether you're at night and you have beautiful candles or sconces, or during the day, the daylight coming in, I would probably say I take in the light in the space first.
Yeah. And also how it transforms too. Yeah. Yeah.
You know, it's really
Fascinated
interesting.
with light.
It's your romantic side, but you mentioned candles, which has been coming up more and more with our guests. I mean, I'm a sucker for candles, but it's interesting that we've gone through the last 10 years with how many cans you can put in a ceiling,
Yeah.
and more people come here being like candles, and I'm like, yeah, I think that we're over the hospital look of
Yeah.
room, and everybody's like, I need grounding.
Yeah.
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 Yeah,
I mean, it,
candles.
like, while they have their purpose, I have in my apartment, they put cans in the ceiling, and I only turn them on if I need to find something.
Yeah, if you need to do surgery, they're great.
Candles.
Yeah, but otherwise, I love a soft lamp. I love a candle. Yeah.
Candles. Okay, so I will say this about the candles too, is that I had a beautiful waterfall in my bedroom, and that when I would put the candles on, it would make it look like the water was moving.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
So if you have a piece of my art, put a candle in front of it.
Oh, that's
See
beautiful.
if it shimmers.
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
no, yeah, it's the power of the fire.
It's
It's just
really
like,
beautiful, and then
light.
it would feel like the water was moving.
Wow.
It's really.
Oh, that's so special.
I know, magic. So after that magic and the love,
Yeah.
you got all my secrets now.
Thank you so much.
Oh,
Do you have
thank
anything
you.
that's coming up that we should let our listeners know about? Do you have any events, or is there any way that
Another
they can
600
connect with
people
you?
event that you just threw.
Yeah, actually, I would love to talk about the open studio.
Yeah. Yes.
So we
please.
just started it this year. Before that, I was a little more private. I didn't really actually want people to come into the space. And now I think that is really important, especially how we talked about these unique pieces. So come to the studio, see the work in person, discover what you could create, especially for the design community, what you could create for your client that's super unique, that's super one of one, and be involved in that process. It's really fun. It's really fascinating what you can co-create, and then you get to create a mood. One of the things that I talk about my waterfalls is that they're a little bit self-portraits in a way. Sometimes they're soft, sometimes they're dramatic, sometimes they're mysterious, sometimes they're can't make any sense out of them. And that's, I think, something so fun that we get to create. So I would love it if people would come to the studio. That's what we're doing this year. That's a
Yeah.
little different.
That's great. So do
come
they
to the
just reach
studio.
out to you or to your team directly?
You can
or-
bring them.
Oh my gosh! Yes.
Bring your clients.
Amazing.
We'll do
Amazing.
wine. We'll do lunch. We'll do coffees.
Perfect. I
Come
love
on over.
that. I love that.
And then it's the
Okay.
conversations, again, with that art of abundance. It's the conversations, much like what you're getting from these conversations. It's the conversations that happen in the space of, oh, I'm doing this, or I'm doing that, or I have a friend. And then that's the juicy part.
Yeah.
That's the fun part.
Yeah.
And I think that everybody, I mean, we've been promoting meeting artists. If you buy a piece of art and you can meet the artist, I think that it brings you so much more understanding and joy once it's in your house, because there's a personal connection that goes just beyond just a piece of art.
Yeah.
And I think that that's brilliant that you're doing that, because I think that, every artist should if possible, should connect to their...
And I think it's good for the designer as well, because we've gotten so shorthand with send it over in a lookbook, send it over on the phone.
Yeah,
And then when you look
exactly.
at something that's 3 or 4 inches, or sometimes their screens are bigger, and you try to translate something that's 15 feet, there's so
Exactly.
much that's lost.
Yeah.
And everyone's just doing the best they can. But really, if we can make that effort to get that extra step in there, I just think that it just makes the whole thing, adds to the magic,
Yeah.
what we can create.
Well, we're definitely going to come by the studio
Yeah, come
for
by.
sure, and we'll obviously bring a little behind the scenes. So we'll do a little little social media about it.
Okay, great.
And where can people find you?
So in the studio, we're in the Deep Valley, so we're not
Okay.
super close right now. But we also have an event that's in West Hollywood. It's called Dialogues on the Knoll.
Okay.
And that's a group show with a bunch of different artists, some really incredible artists, and that'll be open till March.
Okay.
Where is that?
That's on West Knoll Street, it's
Okay.
right just off of La Cienega.
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah.
And that's a group show with some really talented people. And I also have a big show out in the desert.
Okay.
Probably about 30 paintings
Wow.
at Imago, who's represented me for years. So
Okay.
the desert, West Hollywood, and the Deep Valley.
Great.
I can't
great.
bring them
Yeah.
to you. They're too big.
But the Deep Valley is where you can have a glass of wine and meet.
Yes,
Meet
the
the
big
artist.
warehouse. That's the
Yeah.
studio
It's a great
space.
It's a great place. Yeah.
And that's where I can be super messy.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
spray all the things and make a giant mess
Yeah.
and have them all out. And
Oh, awesome.
so come and see it. So come
Awesome.
see my big mess.
Beautiful. Thank you so
Oh,
much.
thank
Real quick,
you.
what is
So
your
fun.
Instagram so everyone can follow you? We'll put it in the show notes and
Yeah,
everything,
yeah.
but just so if they hear it.
Christina Craemer Art.
Perfect.
Yes.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Let's have lunch.
Yes, thank you. I can't wait.
Thank you so much. Clutter Bravado is filmed on location at the Kimberly Denman Showroom in Los Angeles, California. For inquiries about our furniture, a directory of our guests, or just to reach out with questions or comments, email us at clutterbravado@gmail.com.